All right. Hello, beautiful people. It has been a moment since I've touched base in here. I've been busy working on a lot of things when it comes to health and wellness because not only do people want to keep up with all these AI things these days, they don't realize that when AI is expedited and trying to get into the system this fast, we have to kind of invent the seatbelt, right? Because the accidents and the issues that are going to come with overusing it, they're already here, right? So that's what I've been doing. But today I want to talk about this big missing piece that is a big deal when it comes to your health, your wellness, when it comes to healing, when it comes to detoxification, when it comes to weight loss, especially when it comes to aging, especially since the pandemic, they talk about this new bug or whatever that's out there as an accelerated ager. And I am seeing it in young and middle aged and older people. People are aging faster from all sorts of things. Okay, so I will go to Dr. Mitchell Abrams. He came on a TED Talk, and you can research that, what he talked about regulation. Okay, and he said, quote from a research, using your mind like a muscle healed people 4 times faster. And I want you to tune in because at the end, I'm going to let you understand that you can make this 1,000 times faster. Okay. Now, over 5,700 people in a research that they did, right? People with the highest self regulation skills, they were able to be 50 times more likely to be alive in 15 years without chronic disease. Did you hear me? 50 times more likely to be alive without chronic disease from this. And he talks about the mind as a muscle, but it's more than that. And this is why it's included in the total body diagnostics I do, wellness screenings. And it's a missing piece for a lot of people because even when they do it, they're not sure what to do with it, those results. And this is about your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, how the body responds to stress. This is a big deal, right? Your autonomic nervous system, which is one of the things this new bug, COVID, actually disrupts because this helps your body with not only weight loss, your metabolism, it not only helps with heart rate, your breathing, hormone regulation, okay, stress regulation, but also how the body detoxes and how the body heals and how the body ages. Because your autonomic nervous system with the 2 parts for stress, and I'd say the other one's for relaxation, which is really helping with healing. A lot of people are stuck in stress mode. A lot of things put the body in stress mode. Not only stress from the environment, but stress within the body, whether it's parasites, candida yeast, toxins, heavy metals, they will rev up the stress part of the nervous system. And that sabotages your body from detoxing. So releasing toxins become an issue. And that's why some people are poor detoxifiers. Not only do they have this dysregulated nervous system, so they don't release toxins, going around doing all the detoxes and cleanses in the world. All right. But there's also blood work you need to check because some people's biotypes are really poor detoxifiers. Right. So it sabotages you from detoxing, releasing toxins, but it also sabotages you from healing, your repair mechanism, your age well mechanism, your immune system kicking in the way it's supposed to. This piece is missing and it's not being screened, it's not being checked. 99.9% of people that come to see me have this dysregulated. Okay. He talks about, this is this Dr. Mitchell Abrams on the TED Talk I told you to look up on YouTube. He does a very wonderful job with research going into this. I mean, this is something that if you pay attention to, you can accelerate not only your wellness, your health, your healing, and this whole anti-aging thing. Let's just forget the biohack stuff. Okay. This is where it is right here. The only missing piece I would say in there is he tries to break it down to become the mind and the mind as a muscle because you want to have coherence. You want your nervous system to be aligned, to be balanced. But it's more than that. If you think about it, when you're working on the mind, the one thing that comes in there to regulate the mind is with your breath. That's why meditation and your breath is very important. Why is the breath important? What happens when a baby is born and they come out of the womb when they're not breathing and they finally take that breath in and the body gets activated? That's the breath that's needed to connect with this mind and the regulation they're talking about. But that breath is where your spirit connects with your body. This is the spirit connection that people don't understand. If you look at this only from the perspective of regulating your mind, you will get that 4 times faster healing. You will get that 50 times more likely to be alive in 15 years without chronic health issues. But if you put spirit in there, not only will it become easy living, but you will accelerate all those processes, okay? And you'll be the one to live to tell it, not the research papers, because this is already happening. I see it, I know it, I'm living it, I pay attention to it, I take days off to meditate and go into spirit. You know, my mom asked me yesterday, when I told her about meditation, she's like, "What's that? Are you just thinking about your problems?" People have so many misconceptions about meditation. And again, what I'm talking about is not just for you to go meditate. There are things, tinctures, homeopathic remedies, therapies, even IV therapies and infusions that can help reset your nervous system that I do here. And that I'm sure a ton of other people do different techniques for this stuff. But you don't want to just rely on me or other practitioners doing it. You want to be able to do it on your own. And unfortunately, for some people, the toxins, their gut, parasites in their system, all these things make it damn near impossible to sit down and regulate your mind. That's where we come into place. But where I come into place is not only taking that off, it's actually helping you bridge into making that more consistent in your life so you can heal yourself. You can slow down aging, you can look better, you can have more energy, you can do that on your own. Because in a world where, and it might seem like I'm digressing, but I'm all about bringing things together because we need to keep things into perspective here. Okay. In a world where we have AI accelerating the way it is, it's building on a system that is not efficient. It's building on a foundation that is either already broken or it's not working well when it comes to our health and wellness. That foundation needed to have been if evolved. It needs to have evolved a long time ago, right? And that's what we're building. But what we need to build is this individualized healing and wellness. And that's what I mean by assessing where you are with your nervous system, how that's regulated. That is something that you need to figure out yourself what's going on behind the scenes. Because once we can individualize that and then you optimize that for your healing, you're honoring yourself as an individual and not going by this collective thing that they're dumping into the system right now. We can't get caught up with this collective dumping in AI. We just can't. We have to honor our own individualized self. And then when we do, and then we optimize, then you can go ahead and play games with it, right? But you know who you are because you've optimized from the inside. And that creates true harmony within yourself and accepting other people as individuals with their own healing journey as well. Okay. But again, let's take it back. Let's take it back to the beginning here about you and accelerating your own healing, making sure you're effectively detoxing, because I'm telling you, you have to have a detox lifestyle in 2025. There's no way you don't have a detox lifestyle, because even after I've done the detox with you, you have to have a maintenance schedule. Unfortunately, the world we're living in, the transitions we're going through, it's just going to be toxins until we get past this phase and the world gets past it, which I hope it does, right? The point I'm making here, again, is your health and wellness screening needs to have a component that is assessing your nervous system and how the body's responding to stress, your regulation, how your mind, helping you regulate your mind and bringing that into your healing process. And for people who are ready to get on level 10,000, okay, it's working with spirit, because spirit is the programmer of this body. People are confused. They're letting other programs run their whole body because they're thinking this body is who they are. What this mind regulation does with your nervous system is recognizing that you are in spirit. And when you can identify with spirit, you can bring in energy from spirit to regulate your body function. Yes, okay. When you can identify with spirit and go into that space on a regular basis, you can use that to program your body and program your own healing process. This is where the future needs to be going, and it's already there. People are doing this. It's not televised, but it's happening. But also in that realm of spirit, you have to realize you have to give way for God, for karma. Okay. All right. clearings, there are paths people are walking, and you need to know which is which. Which one is just really physical healing versus a karmic process, right? Versus some ancestral trauma or wound that you're clearing or dealing with. What is what? That's where spiritual guidance comes in. We cannot move through life without knowing these, having these pieces together, because that's who we are as spirit, right? All right. That is the end of my rant. If you're interested and you're ready to really get on your true healing journey in this life and make things easy, even though when I say easy, it means you're going to do the extra work to get to that point. Okay. It's making sure you have a handle on who you are in totality. And the missing pieces are the things that I bring to the plate, especially with this nervous system, the mind, regulating the mind, but really, really bringing in spirit and the breath into that space. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed, lovely day. One love. Dr. Nezeo checking out. Ashe, Ise. And I will be starting monthly energy breath work sessions so that people can start to master this. It will be easier if you've done a real good comprehensive detox, so that when you do try to program your mind and your body, it actually is easier. One love. Ashe. Ise.